Good morning and welcome to another Havoc Sons video. So, okay, here's basically the issue that I'm running into. I'm the bug is biting me hard, and again, I've mentioned this several times. This is all due to Max and his Max's Model channel, which I found just so intriguing. One day I'd like to get to that level, but I just have so much going on that I just can't. So if you want to see it done correctly, I mean, here's how I see it. He does a little promptu, a little, uh, non-rehearsed, whatever flows out of his mind, mixed with a lot of research. The combination just makes for a very interesting channel because in my channel, I don't want to lose, the art of just speaking what's on your mind. I do have some videos where I edit, but they're rare. Usually I'm off the cuff. So, okay. With that said, let me go further into what I'm trying to do because I realize that it's getting in the way from what I really need to do, and that's pack and move. So off to the left here, these are models, and this is all 148 scale now. That's what I've got it down to. These are models that I currently can't find my originals, though I know I have them. And where I am with them, I'm not sure because I can't find them. But I'm sure I will once I start, desizing my upstairs, the Tandy Cave or Bat Cave, depending on which video you watched. And then these here, the blue boxes, they're continuation of American fighter aircraft of World War II. And then the Sea Fury and then the Spitfires, those are British planes. It's weird. I know I did a few. I did the famous British 148s, but I did a lot more in 172 because as I went into building, I started switching to 172. My earlier models were 148. I just found that to be the better scale. And then off to the right, which is right here, those are Japanese and German. Unfortunately, there really isn't anything there that could help me. I was hoping to find a zero, and I couldn't find it. And if you look over to the right here, you will see that I have older models, biplanes that were used in World War II. And then the bigger stuff way over on the right there, are my 148 of Flying Fortress and two Flying Fortresses. One's a G, and I think the other one's an F. And then a Super Fortress, the one that, that bombed Japan. And it's sad that it had to work out that way. I mean, can't we all just get along? And then off to the, and then again, there's some other stuff too. And I'll bring those over in just a bit, talk about those. And then over here, I have those right there. Those are my Black Widow and my B-25 Mitchell. And then a large Mustang, but it's not the scale that I remember. I do remember doing a 124. I don't know where that is. I have to say that I really love my Sunpack 6640 LX. I'm not all that happy with Sunpack in their customer service, but this is a pretty good tripod because it goes pretty high. So what I wanted to do is just spend a few minutes on this because I do have to get back to what I really need to do, and that's moving. So the first thing I wanted to show you was a back then original issue. This is one of my favorite current modern. I mean, I try to stay to World War II or I, but this is such a fantastic plane that I just love it. And when you build it, it just looks fantastic. This is the A-10. They called it the Warthog. This is the Thunderbolt 2. This is the original issue. And then Revell, at one time they joined forces And I believe this is probably the same mold. I just bought this at Hobby Lobby. I have not yet opened it up to determine if it is, but I found that interesting. And then here, yeah, like I said earlier, I think I have more fun collecting than I do building, but I do build. Probably not at Max's level. And you'll hear me refer to him and his channel a lot because he's responsible for everything I'm doing now. I started watching his channels, and I just kind of, his channel and his videos, and I mean, seriously, if you ever did model building and you want to know the history and you want to know all the other things that's inside that man's mind about models and other stuff, you should go to his channel and view it. Plus, he has a pretty great speaking voice. Okay, so here is the original monogram. And I thought this was interesting because I thought I saw, yeah, here. And I have a plastic bag on it because, of course, the bottom of the box is long gone. This is the 25th anniversary of the moon landing in 1969 to 1994. So I guess I landed in 69, 1/48 scale. Look at this, monogram. I bought this Hobby Lobby a couple days ago. And this is not a cheap model, it's 30 bucks, but I got it when they do that 40% off thing. Now here it's pretty much the first thing, and it looks like they used the same picture. They just kind of got in closer and then probably did some work with the coloring. But if you notice over here, it says 50th anniversary. Yeah, do math. And then they kind of changed it around a little bit. Apollo 11 astronauts on the moon, and then they used the same date, July 20th, 1969. I just found that very interesting. I have not yet attempted to look at those models to see if they're identical. I'm pretty sure they are, same old. Okay, so my plan of action, and I pulled the reins on this a little bit because I really have to get back to moving because this house is going to be listed in the next week. So I put all my semi-completed, almost completed, or those that are completed, 172s in here. This is a very sturdy box. It was Girl Scout cookies. Yeah, baby, they're delicious. They're great for my diet plan. So that's because I just don't want to focus on those right now. So what I am focusing on, and we talked about this before, the Mustang. I have found just about every part I need. Well, every part I need is inside this box. It's the same model. The Thunderbolt was actually, this is different than this is a Testors, and I believe mine was a monogram originally. But it is so close. It's not the same mold. You can tell there's slight differences, but it's so close that I can use what I need to fix this model. The Spitfire, this is also not the same as this one. But it's close. And for what I need really just landing gear and a rear stabilizer and a propeller. No problemo. I'm good there. So these three planes can be restored based on raping those boxes. It's a horrible word, but basically what I'm doing. And believe me, it hurts because, I mean, the better thing to do would be to build one up from scratch. But honestly, I want to bring these back because I built these early in my life and they hold a lot of memories for me. Okay, interesting thing about this one. This is my Avenger. This is the exact duplicate in every way to my Avenger, except they did it in white plastic. And the mold, you can tell, is the same original mold because there's a lot of flash, there's a lot of sprue flashing, and it's not near as detailed as the original plane, which again I learned at Max's Models why that happens. when you keep reusing the mold over and over again, if you don't maintain it or clean it or something, it becomes not as finished, not as detailed. But it's good enough for what I need because I have most of this. So this one will also be able to be restored. Then over here I have the Focke-Wulf 190. I haven't really looked at this one yet to see. And again, all I really need is stabilizer, propeller, the basics. It seems to always be the same thing. And landing gear, which it's the same scale. So let's just pop it open now and see if it will bear fruit. One of the things I like to do to see just how close the scale is take apart, like this case, the lower plane section, and see. Okay, I can tell this is not the same model, even though it's 148. Can you see the difference? It's shorter by a lot. Well, I guess they don't use exact science, but that's okay because all I need to finish this, well, the rear stabilizer is going to look weird. Here they are. So what I may do, yeah, and they are a little different. So what I may do is just pull that one off and put these on so it doesn't look so funky. And then the landing gear, it's a little bit smaller, but that's okay. Yeah, that's going to be okay. That's going to be fine. And then the prop right here. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, so even though it's not identical, so it wasn't an AMT. Honestly, I believe that the models that I built back in the day were all monogrammed. That's what was, I think that was exclusive at the Savons at that time. They might have had a contract with them. I'm not really sure, but for what I need, that's another one. This one here, this is a Lindbergh, and it's not the same in a lot of regard. And unfortunately, I need a lot of parts. So I don't know. What I'm looking at here, I hate these flip-top boxes. They just don't cooperate. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. I may have a little, it's close. I may have a little bit of problem. I may have to cut down the canopy a little bit, notch it right there to get it in. But, I mean, it's close enough to where it might work. And then the landing gear fit. So this might give me what I need, but I'm not 100% sure on this one yet. Now, my last one, and I promise I'll let you go for today, is this one here. This was a shame because this one really got destroyed. And when I see a Revell, I'm usually pretty satisfied. Sorry, bumped you again. That's another thing about this. Though I may like it, it tends to be a little bit too big for me. So what I do, I don't know. I'm a creature of, it's weird. Tear it off. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to do this, but I keep forgetting that I'm not in the camera. All right. Why? All right. The first things you do is you look at the pieces. That tells you a lot to see how they're separated. Wow. All right. That's an exact match. I can tell. It's exact in every way. So perfect. I have everything I need to get this back on. And usually when I see Revell, because Revell and Monogram, they join forces at one time. And if you get the modern Revell, I bought this just a little while ago at Hobby Lobby, chances are it's going to be a Monogram mold. So these are the planes I can fix right now. I am still, and you know, it's funny, in cleaning up, I found some stuff for my Hurricane. I found air intake ducting, the radiator cowling. No, I think this is the radiator, so this is just air intake. That's probably the radiator cowling. I found a gun, but it's broken, so I could probably add something onto that. And I'm sure I can use props from something else. So this is close enough to, I think, where I can save that. Where the one I've lost completely so far is a 148.0. I have no idea if this was Monogram. I don't have it in my collection. I don't know why. It might have been hard to find. So I don't have anything for that right now. So anyway, this is what I'm doing, and what I'm going to try to do for today is I'm just going to box these up neatly, individual boxes, a lot of padding, and put them in storage to move. So I'm not going to go any further with the build just yet because I got to focus on this last week. There's just a lot going on. But maybe that explains a little bit of what I'm trying to do and where I feel that there's a lot of successes on 85% of my models here. All right, like always, thank you for watching. Do more of what makes you happy. Have a great day and a better life. See ya.